Hi guys, Glenn here from Game Reviews and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit more on Helldivers 2 and actually some information that was sent out by the CEO of Arrowhead and some of the, the fixes and the patch updates that they've sent out. So yeah, just before we dive into it, feel free to hit a like. It really would help the algorithm and for me to progress as a YouTuber. And if you really want to stick around and see more content and help me improve and get the right information and the right style of video, hit the subscribe and yeah, also feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts on how you're playing the game. But yeah, let's get into it. So basically, Arrowhead have had huge success with this game. I'm sure everybody knows, but let's start off with the first one, which is the server issues. Now, the game basically is at capacity. And it's really an issue for gamers to get online because it's been so popular. It really just blew up, and what happened is that it actually peaked at 333,000 on Steam, and that's before we even get into the actual PlayStation actual gamers. So I'm assuming that it's probably at about 500,000 or 600,000 people trying to play this game, which realistically is absolutely incredible for a game like Helldivers 2. Look, it's fun, it's PvE, it's 4-player co-op. People just want to go and have fun and kill bugs and robots with their friends and die a lot and listen to the funny shouts while you're in the heat of battle. Like, have a nice taste of liberty, like it's pretty cool. And as well, I think the fact that people are waiting to get into the game and having funny memes on Twitter is a great sign that it's not the actual game itself. It is just server capacity. But Sony are really looking into it and helping the team at Arrowhead expand that, because the success has just been so overwhelming for them that they're going to really dive into helping that and really pushing that forward. But yeah, let's move on to some of the patch notes. Now, one of the big things there has been just kind of more on the patch notes has been more kind of stability. But what I really want to dive into is that they actually released some information on matchmaking. So what they've actually looked to improve is they've actually looked to fix issues that cause us to send invalid data to multiplayer services, improve lobby sorting to increase chance of connectivity. So yeah, let me just break that little part down. So if you have actually gone to play Helldivers, you probably well know by now that it's not a single player game, and if you are going in your own, you're probably going to have to play on trivial. If you're anyway decent at the game, you can move up to easy, but if you really want to do challenging, there's no way you're going to be able to do this on your own. It's not a chance. And if you can, fair play, it's absolutely incredible that you could do that. But the problem has been is that it is quite difficult to get into matchmaking lobbies. You got to send out the SOS beacon, and more times I would not. When I've looked to go to do matchmaking, if one or two of my friends aren't online, I just wanted to kind of run solo and go in and maybe even just try play with randoms. It's usually one person in a lobby or two. I really do feel they need to kind of really compact that, because the game isn't single player. What they should do is actually, when you're joining and you have matchmaking on, they should just automatically find you a game at that level with a free slot of a 3, or if you're with a 2, a free slot of a 2, and if that obviously other party has matchmaking on as well, because it's indicating that they do want to play with other people. So I do think that's something they should look into, and hopefully that is one of the main fixes within it, because it would be cool to see that. And you could always choose as a player to knock off matchmaking and just go in as a duo, because maybe you just want to play with your friends, or go in as a trio and you just want to play with your friends. So that's something they should look into. Then we're going to look into balances and other fixes. So what they've actually done was they've the defend event difficulty has been reduced. So there has been rumors that it was kind of really overpowering. So that has been reduced. So if you're playing defend, you'll probably see a reduction in the difficulty in that. Not too much. They're not going to make it easy, but it's going to be a slight reduction in that as well. Fix for suicide and impossible and Helldiver missions being too easy. I read this and I was like, are you serious? Challenging is extreme already. Maybe that's because the level that I'm at, but it's people who are on those levels and I find it too easy. The props, you're probably an OG Helldivers 1 player, and you're probably pumping all your time into this game. and I love it. I love to see that. But the fact that people are saying it's too easy, you're better than me. Let's just put it that way. But then also they've actually looked at the eradicate mission difficulty being increased, so they're really finding tuning these missions and balancing this out. And then also updated mission end screen to display experience and requisition multiplier, so you'll see that now going forward, that you'll probably get a 50% or 25% bonus for doing certain levels. And then issues where multiple of the same stratagems could be brought to a mission has been resolved. So I got confused there a little bit, but basically what they've done is that you could bring in multiple stratagems of the same stratagem. I never seen that. I never did that. If I had it known, I would have brought in my my Gatlins and my autocannon over and over again, because they are just beast, and especially when you're looking for those chargers. But yeah, so, and also there's been more of an update on the actual game itself. I'm going to get into the roadmap, but I want to start off with what the CEO from Arrowhead has said in terms of PvP. Though people have been asking about PvP in this game, and he has literally come out and said, absolutely not. This will not have PvP. It's a PvE game. That's what we're focusing on. That's what everybody loves. It's just going to bring so much toxicity, and we don't want that. It just absolutely not. We're not having the player base go at each other, because this game is based around the whole community pushing back the hordes of enemies and liberating planets, and it just brings a connective tissue to everybody as well. And you see that from your actual planets when you're going in to choose a mission, that everybody's working together to really work towards one goal. So I think that's a really, really good sign, and I don't think PvP would suit this game. I know you could look at Gears of War, I know Halo and stuff like this have tried it, but it just doesn't work. And especially the way the game is designed, it's a horde mode based game with objectives within it as well, and that's just the way it is. Also on that side, people have asked about, you know, new content coming to the game, new guns, new stratagems, and basically it will be free. Now when they say free, there will be an option to upgrade the battle pass that's in here, and you can kind of get maybe the same gun, but it might be explosive rounds. But what will happen is new baddies come into the game, new maps, you know, new armor that will be there. You won't have to pay over the odds to get in and use that, or get any free early access. None of that. It will come to everybody, and it will be free when they add in new missions, as I said, new enemies to fight. So all of that is such a great sign, because that's what a live service game should be. And at that point, you look at the likes of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, you're looking at the likes of Marvels Avengers, you're looking at all these sorts of games that just, you know, they didn't really do a lot of that. In fairness, Marvels Avengers did give you free content, but it was copy and paste, and they changed the terrain, so it didn't really make a difference, and the load times were ridiculous, and there was no real kind of value to that story, because they based it around a story. And the good thing about Helldivers is they didn't base it around a story. They basically said, this is Starship Troopers, you need to liberate planets, and they throw loads of propaganda from communist style of stuff towards your Helldivers, which is so cool. They have them all warped, and you don't really know if the Helldivers are the good guys or not. But no, it's pretty cool to see, and it's great to kind of look at that they didn't actually need to give too much of a backstory to this game. They just put it in the distant future and said, you know, you gotta kill all the bugs, gotta kill all the robots, and free Super Earth, and we're gonna bring liberty to the whole galaxy, and we're gonna rule the whole galaxy by ourselves, and we don't want any of these creatures getting in our way. So yeah, they want to rule everything. So it's pretty cool as a Helldiver. So that's how easy it had to be, and then just make the game fun. I give you a lot of guns, and also in the game, before I move on, is that they actually, you have to use certain types of equipment in certain levels, so it doesn't just make you stick to one kind of loadout. It actually makes you actually use everything in the game, because everything in the game is set for certain aspects on a level, or on a planet, or a type of creature you're fighting. So that's pretty cool. And then to kind of move on to what they said about the roadmap, so they actually also released some information. Basically, Arrowhead said the original roadmap is just not up to standard of what they want to do now. Now that is through the community return, so everybody who's been buying the game and playing the game, they've had a huge increase, which I don't need to tell people that it's gone like wildfire. So what they've originally planned just isn't good enough now at the moment. So they're actually going back to the drawing board to redo that roadmap and give more. That was actually stated, the word more. So that is incredible to see, the fact that there's a studio out there have actually said, oh my god, our game is at the blowing up. It's unbelievable. People are just absolutely loving it. We're going to keep some elements of the roadmap, which I'm sure they will, but we're going to do more because they want more and they need more and they deserve more for what they put in. So I just found that was an absolutely amazing thing that they don't know. What that's being said, that means the roadmap might be pushed back slightly from the original dates that they might have had, but they are expanding the Arrowhead team. So they are looking for more developers, they're looking for more crew, so which means they can give more support, they can do more for the servers, which gives probably the main team who is currently there, who made this game, is going to probably focus on more content and more expansiveness of planets. So that's going to be pretty cool, and I really do hope Sony really do get behind them and give them all the support they need, because this game is a breath of fresh air. It's cool, it's slick, and it's just hilarious. And frustrating, don't forget frustrating. But yeah, so yeah guys, that's the full update. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, as I said, feel free to leave a like, hit a comment, and if you really want to stay around and maybe see me become a better YouTuber and be better and get the videos better, hit a subscribe and let me know your thoughts, because I would love to improve. I'm very passionate about games. I love everything about games, and I love debating with people about certain styles of games and what they think and my view and your view. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling right now, but yeah, feel free to stick around for the rest of the video and enjoy this game. So yeah, that's me out.
Touchdown. Requesting air support. Grenade! Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds. Reinforcing. Mag's empty. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent. Liberty has seen you through.